Great. Congratulations. You have successfully made it to the last lightning talk, so we will go forth. My name is Sarah, and I'm here today to talk about Generation, which is a global youth employment program. Generation sits in McKinsey Social Initiative, which is a separate independent nonprofit from McKinsey Company, a consulting firm. And Generation was created based on some research that McKinsey did in the youth employment field about 2 years ago. McKinsey spoke with a couple hundred youth employment organizations to distill some of the best practices in the field. And out of that research, there came two major issues which McKinsey wanted to address, which kind of manifest in Generation. The first is scale, and the second is return on investment. On the scale piece, you'll find many organizations serving hundreds or in the low thousands of youth per year. And when we think about the magnitude of youth employment globally, we'll need solutions that can serve millions. This is something that Generation seeks to address. The second piece is return on investment, both for employers as well as for the young people in the programs. So I'll talk to you a bit about each of those elements and how we're pursuing them with Generation. The first piece is our methodology. So here you'll see seven key components of our methodology from the report that McKinsey published. First, we always start with employers. What are their needs? What is the demand that they have? If we want youth employment programs to be sustainable, partnership with the employers is key through all elements of the program. Then we think about the selection and recruitment of the young people. We look for profiles that will fit with different jobs, and then we match them so that they'll be successful once they're on the job. After that, the young adults, ages 18 to 29 typically, participate in a boot camp style training ranging from 3 to 12 weeks long, depending on the program. And here they learn both the technical skills for the job, but also behavioral skills, mindsets, and employment essentials or job navigation skills like resumes, interviews, etc. Throughout this program and beyond, we provide the young adults with social support and mentorship. This varies by country, but it could be anything from childcare to transportation, learning how to have tough conversations or be safe. We want to make sure that any young adult who wants to take advantage of the program can, and they have the supports to do so. We also develop a community of peers that they can take into the workplace. And we, of course, look at the return on investment, which we'll talk more about later. Finally, we use data throughout our model to drive our understanding of all of these pieces. So first on the scale piece. We launched operations in early 2015, and we currently have 15 professions we train for across 5 countries: India, Kenya, Spain, Mexico, and the United States. We focus on 4 sectors: healthcare, customer service, technology, and skilled trades. These are the sectors we found across countries where there's a high demand from employers, either because of a lack of skill or high churn and turnover at the entry level. And after 20 months, we're operating in 23 cities with over 50 training centers globally. In terms of our scale, we are on track to place 10 to 12,000 young adults in jobs by the end of this year. So you can see a bit of the rapid scale that we've had, especially over the past 10 months or so. One thing that's very important to us is that we maintain quality as we scale. At this point, we have about 90% of our graduates employed at the end of the program. Now shifting to the second piece we focus on, which is return on investment. We look at 2 main types of return on investment and then a third piece as well. The first 2 are the young people and employers. With the young people, we look to see that they're going to be placed on the job, earning a good salary, but we also look at their long-term career pathway and their life trajectory overall, including their well-being. Gallup is our research partner across all of these elements. They have a great well-being index that they use and that we incorporate into our work. On the employer side, we look at reducing costs for employers as well as increasing their revenues. We think that if programs like this are going to be sustainable, the business case to employers is equally as important as the case to the youth. So we'll talk a little bit more about all of this at the roundtable. For example, some of the metrics that we've looked at with employers, such as productivity, profitability, and retention. That have led them to actually pay for the operating costs of our programs just a year in. And we'll also talk about the young adults. Currently, our young adults are receiving salaries at about the 50th percentile or above of their peers. And so you can see across our programs, this is where we lie. My colleague Sylvia from our Kenya team will be joining me at the round table, and we would love to talk more about the elements of our methodology and also how you can be involved. We partner extensively in delivering programs with employers, with local NGOs, with training providers and other implementation specialists, and we would love to chat with you more. Thank you.